Hello guys. So what we're going to do today is take this steering wheel off of a 2000 H3-45 Prevost and install a P3 steering wheel. I ended up getting from Prevost Parts part number IS19036. So it came with all of these things. So there's a steering adapter ring, whatever all of those pieces are. I don't think I need all of them because this steering wheel right here, when I press this button or this button, it does the same horn. I have a horn Air City switch in it already. So I think all I need to do is just take this steering wheel off and put the other one on. This packet right here, downloaded it from the internet from some people on the Facebook page, so thank you. But it kind of goes through here and it says to take off the front cover and then basically take the steering wheel off. Since I don't have to do the horn buttons, I basically put this adapter ring on it and then put the steering wheel back on and torque it up. So the first thing it says to do is to take that cover off. So I'm gonna play with it here and then I'll show it to you. So it says just to pry this up with a screwdriver, and that's all I did. So I just pried this up and this comes off. So here's the horn contactor. So it says to go ahead and pull this guy out here. So I'm gonna try to do this as well. I'm gonna turn the camera off here so I can use two hands. So two hands was the trick. This just comes right up out of here. I'm supposed to then use the steering wheel puller and take the bolt out. It's a long way down in there. It's as long as my finger. It's probably 3 inches or so. So I ended up renting a steering wheel puller from AutoZone right here. So I'm gonna try to figure out which pieces go on there and pull this guy off. So not sure if you can see that in there, but it took a huge socket. I think it was 1 5/16 and rammed it down in there. And so this thing is huge. So it's a big dude. So I'm going to try to get this off, and then I'm going to try to get that socket back out so then I can pull the steering wheel off. So just to get an idea of the size, this is the socket. So 1 15/16 had to go down in there. So just so that you guys can see how big an 1 5/16. This right here is like your big one. This right here is huge. So that's a big socket. All right, because that thing is so deep in there, my steering wheel puller that I rented wouldn't work. So what I've done is I've put those 2 bolts in on the side, and I've gotten me another bolt with some washers in the middle. So I'm going to use my makeshift steering wheel puller and pull this guy off. Well, I ended up working till about midnight last night on trying to get the steering wheel off. The puller that I could rent doesn't work, so I ended up getting some longer bolts to connect down in there. The problem is that it's so far down in there, the puller didn't work. So I got some new bolts. I tried a whole bunch of different contraptions, and this thing is really locked on there. You need some good pressure to pull it. So I'm going to give this a shot and see if it works. Well, I put these threaded rods in here and finally tried to pull the steering wheel up, and the threads over there gave out, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the steering wheel off. Should be about a 5-minute job, and I just can't get the steering wheel to pop off. So I swear it was like 80 degrees the other day, and now we have an inch of snow, but whatever. So I'm going in here to try to do the steering wheel again. The bolts or the threads in the steering wheel stripped out. So now I'm going to tap it and put another bolt in. If this doesn't work, I think I'm gonna have to send the steering wheel back. All right, so I just drilled and tapped that hole to a 10 1.5 stud, partly because that's the only thing I could get at the store. So I'm gonna put all this together, cross my fingers. Kind of excited now. I got the damn thing off. 3 days. It's just, I think this is a 5-minute job if you could get the dang steering wheel off. Now I'll get the other steering wheel put on. Just so you can see the socket that it takes to get this off. So this is a big socket set, like a normal socket set's a little bit smaller. This is the big one. This is the size that it takes to get that off. So just so you're aware. And then also, this is for an impact driver. It wouldn't fit through there. So if they had a narrower one, it would be easier to get it off, because it's only 45 foot-pounds of pressure holding that on there. So you don't need that to get it off. You just need that size of socket to get in there. So just FYI, it's 1 5/16. So the next step is putting this collar on the wheel. You just snap it on. You run a wire through it, and you tighten it with a 7/64 Allen key. So just tighten it down. Next step is to put it on the bus. So I think I mentioned this before, but the other steering wheel, it had a mark that was center. So I put the mark on this post, and so I've centered this up as best I can, pushing it down. So now the steering wheel's on. Like I said, I think it is 5 minutes to put this on, take it off and put it on. Just stripped out the steering wheel puller trying to get it off. So next step, get it tightened down and put the cover on. So the way this whole thing's been going, I got my socket and it's too big to fit in here, so I can't tighten it up. So this one's shallow enough, it's up high enough. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll figure out another way to get it tight. But they say, I think it's 45 foot-pounds of torque. Well, the last step is to take this wire and connect it to the top here. I've already checked it. It does work. Then you take this cover and you snap it down over the top. I'm actually going to go buy a socket to fit on there because the one I have doesn't work. I do like that steering wheel. Kind of gives it a nice update. Plus it's, I don't know, it's just nice having a new steering wheel. It's not leather or anything. Might be able to have it wrapped. Some people have said, you know, why didn't you get the smart one? One, I didn't have any pictures of any of them. And the other is the bus isn't very smart, I guess you could say, so I'm not real sure what all I'd put up there. And then, you know, this came as a kit, so it had the collar on it, so it'd make it fit and work real nice. And to take all of those buttons and to stick them on the steering wheel, I just, you know, I could probably hodgepodge it together, but I feel better just leaving it there. Everything works, and so I don't know, just kind of leave it. I was just kind of wanting the updated steering wheel. I think it looks nicer. So that's it. Hope this helps you guys. Any questions, let me know.